The Bachelor's Grant Ellis and Juliana Pasquarosa share relationship update during ATFR special. Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I hope you are well. If you like the video, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. The Bachelor star Grant Ellis got engaged to contestant Juliana Pasquarosa during the season 29 finale on Monday, March 24. After fans watched him get down on one knee, the pair shared an update about their relationship during the After the Final Rose special. During the After the Final Rose special, Grant said that he is blessed at 31 to have found the one. It was all worth it, he said of his journey. To find someone who is your life partner is truly hard, so it was worth it. Juliana came out onto the stage to greet her fiancé. This moment does feel so surreal, she gushed. The whole journey has been a bit like a fever dream. She said that she was so excited to get dinner and have a glass of wine with Grant and to not have to be in hiding anymore while the show was airing. She said that over the past few months, her and Grant spent time connecting and really getting to know each other. They also revealed that Grant was moving to Boston to be with Juliana. Jess Palmer also announced that the show was gifting the happy couple a trip to Italy. Fans watched the couple get engaged after Grant sent runner-up Lisha Gar home earlier in the finale episode. While Grant and Juliana had undeniable chemistry from the very beginning of the show, their connection grew even stronger when they went on their first one-on-one date in Scotland. They picked out their outfits with the help of a royal stylist during the beginning of the date, and Grant and Juliana later attended a Bridgerton-themed ball at a castle. The first part of the date was playful, though Juliana and Grant later had the chance to have a more serious conversation during an intimate dinner. Juliana even opened up about a family member who struggled with addiction, which she said made her feel alone during her childhood. Growing up, I was put in a difficult position where someone really close to me had a problem with addiction. It took the time away from me as a small kid from growing up in the loving family I am so appreciative of today. I didn't really have that back then, she told Grant. I think the struggle has made me stronger. That is why I come off as happy all the time. I'm afraid of the darkness that I saw. I'm afraid of going back there. Juliana said that people tend to view her as a positive and bubbly person, and she credited the experience for helping her learn the healthy coping mechanism. Laughing and smiling is a coping mechanism for me in a lot of ways, she said. Grant, who had been open about his father's struggles with addiction, was very receptive of Juliana's story and said that her sharing the experience helped him feel closer to him. It's like I was looking at a reflection of myself, he told the cameras, noting that they had similar experiences. The couple's romance continued to grow when they traveled to Newton, Massachusetts, to meet her family during her hometown date. After the couple made pizzas at a local pizzeria, Grant and Juliana got a chance to meet her parents, her sister, and several extended family members. Her father initially expressed his concerns about Grant's intentions, though the former basketball player insisted he was taking the process seriously. Their serious conversations continued during the Fantasy Suite week, in which Juliana opened up about how she was cheated on in a past relationship. It did, a lot of damage to me that's hard to talk about and admit, she told Grant. It broke me to the point that I had to walk away. Juliana said she was a little broken due to her ex's infidelity, and she said she was still working to fix myself. I look at you and I'm like, who? Somebody messed up letting you down like that, Grant told her. Where somebody else messed up, I see treasure. Are Grant and Lisha still together from The Bachelor? Where they stand now after filming ended. Warning: The Bachelor season 29 spoilers ahead. She's been the frontrunner from the start, but are Grant and Lisha still together from The Bachelor season 29? Bachelor Nation fans may be shocked by how Grant's season ended and what happened next. Lisha Gar, a 31-year-old venture capitalist from Star Valley, Wyoming, was one of 25 contestants on The Bachelor season 29 with Grant Ellis. Lisha was the runner-up and not the winner of Grant's Bachelor season, according to Reality Steve. His winner was Juliana Pasquarosa, a 28-year-old client service associate from Newton, Massachusetts. According to Reality Steve, Grant gave his final rose to Juliana and proposed to her at the final rose ceremony in the Bachelor Season 29 finale, and the two got engaged. Grant's ending may shock a majority of viewers, including Bachelor Nation alums like Charity Lawson and Joe Amabile, who saw Licia as his stronger connection. In comparison to everyone else, I feel like the conversation, substance, the depth of it goes beyond surface level. And that is what I'm looking for as a viewer watching this, Charity, the Season 20 Bachelorette, said in an interview on the Bachelor Happy Hour podcast in March 2025. How can I distinguish between who potentially is going to possibly be or become the fiancé, the wife later down the road? I feel like their conversations of what is shown at least is telling us this is solid material, this is a strong relationship. With the push for Grant and Licia to be together, Bachelor Nation fans are understandably hopeful for them to get back together now that filming is over. It's happened before with Season 22 Bachelor Ari Leindick Jr. and runner-up Lauren Burnham, and Season 13 Bachelor Jason Mesnick and runner-up Molly Mesnick. Are Grant and Licia back together from The Bachelor Season 29? As of writing, Grant and Licia are not back together from The Bachelor Season 29, and Grant is still engaged to Juliana. It also doesn't look like Licia will be the next Bachelorette either. News broke in February 2025 that The Bachelorette was canceled for its usual time slot in 2025 following Season 21 with Jen Tran. According to Bachelor Nation alums Ashley Agee and Ben Higgins, who host the Almost Famous podcast, the frontrunner to be the next Bachelorette was Maria Jorgis, the fourth-place finalist on The Bachelor Season 28, with Joey Graziadei, who turned the role down, which led ABC to cancel the series for this year. Ashley I and Ben also reported that two contestants from Grant's Bachelor season were also considered to be the next Bachelorette, though they didn't list any names. It's speculated by fans that Licia was those contestants based on how popular she was. Fans also speculated before the Bachelor Season 29 finale that Licia's popularity and connection with Grant may have led to behind-the-scenes issues between Grant and his winner, Juliana. In an interview with Us Weekly in January 2025, host Jess Palmer addressed a moment in the Bachelor Season 29 trailer that suggested that Grant didn't know who he would choose between his runner-up and winner until the last minute of the moment. And I don't know if you could tell from watching that from my reaction, but I was surprised. That was something that I haven't encountered yet as the host in the last 4 years on any of the franchises. Normally, I think our leads have a little bit more clarity, a lot more clarity, heading into the final day. And I really think that's how conflicted Grant really was. He continued, "They're phenomenal every year for whoever our lead is, and making that decision on the final day is always a very, very difficult decision. But I can appreciate some of why Grant was so conflicted. I'll just say that. But absolutely without giving away too much, that was authentic, and it's real, and it's not an edit." Grant, for his part, seemed to deny that he didn't know who his winner would be until seconds before the final rose ceremony, in an interview with Us Weekly in March 2025, in which he claimed that he knew who he wanted to choose by hometown dates. "I honestly was 100% sure because that's what I came there for. I knew I was going to make things work," Grant said. "It definitely wasn't down to 1 hour," he said, explaining that the moment of indecision seen in the trailer was due to external factors, and not necessarily wavering feelings for his winner. "I've always been a really decisive person in terms of my career and everything in that field. In high school, I was a star athlete and had to decide what college I went to, what major," he said. After Grant's interview, there was a popular fan theory that Grant wanted to choose Licia, who is Mormon, but decided against it due to their differences in religion and culture. It's clear he really liked Licia, but the Mormon/religion thing is stopping him from going all in. "We'll see how it plays out," a user wrote on Reddit. Fans also speculated that the narrative that Grant was so close to choosing Lisha may have affected his current relationship with Juliana. It's not uncommon for Bachelor or Bachelorette winners to feel hurt after learning how close a lead's decision was between them and someone else. In an interview with People in 2017, Lauren Bushnell, who won The Bachelor Season 20 with Ben Higgins, opened up about the hurt she felt watching the finale and seeing her now ex-fiancé Ben profess his love for his runner-up before Lauren and Ben's engagement. "I don't think I've ever talked about how hurtful that was," Lauren said. "I always try to be really strong because I wanted to move forward from it. But because I wanted to move forward from it, I don't think I ever really opened up about how hard that was, just in terms of, like, I wanted to make that decision to get engaged one time in my life, and I felt like I wasn't told everything that had happened." Lauren also confessed that what happened in the finale continued to affect her and Ben's relationship for months to come. The two later split in May 2017. When The Bachelor aired, reliving that months later wasn't ideal either, she said, "I was still like, we're going to move forward from this, but then the press, that's what everybody wanted to talk about. I've never shared with anyone, except for Ben, how hurtful that situation was and how hard it is to continually talk about it over and over again when you're trying to start a life with someone." She continued, "Looking back, I wish I could be like, that's why it didn't work out. But I think it was just a very abnormal situation and one that unfortunately, I mean,